Hi, welcome to Laura's View and Tarot 2. I am so glad you're here. Today's date is Sunday, March 9th, 2025. Well, I've been doing a little looking at certain drops by the team known as 17, and with an eye to what is coming up tomorrow and in the coming week. Now, let's just look at tomorrow, March 10th. That's why I'm deliberately making this on the 9th. When I looked at that compilation site, which I probably can't mention here and keep my channel, but there were 41 March 10th drops that came up when I looked at tomorrow. Now, that was just for one particular year. If you look at every year that there have been drops on March 10th, there's a total of 87. It is one of the top 10 days that those drops have occurred in the Q drop compilation or 17 drop compilation. So when I looked at those, then I looked at the 41 because that was the most active year, 2018, to see if there was kind of a theme going on there. I came across a few things that I'm going to go to a screen share and show you, and then we'll just see if the universe has some information for us about what might be coming up this coming week and March 10th in particular. So let's go to that share screen. I will have to do a little scrolling as I do that. If that bothers you, I apologize. Here were some of the, out of that 41, some of the ones that jumped out at me. Talked about how, was there going to be a big week in the coming week of March 10th? And there was a response by the 17 team that said March Madness. Then it talked about the Five Eyes, and they said they're important, they're going away soon, but that wasn't really what they were discussing here at this point in time. And then I also thought it was really good to notice that up here, this is the scrolling I warned you about. Okay. It said keep the resignation list updated, important. Keep the graphics updated, important. So what I got from that was March 10th and the week that's coming with March 10th. Potentially whatever Delta year, which means the anniversary year that this was referencing, there's going to be some significant activity that those who peruse these drops and try to make some sense or see synchronicities or connections, etc., to them. There's going to be one of the years, it's going to be a March Madness year, the kickoff to March Madness. And then talking about resignations, that there's significant ones and it's good to keep track of those. So I think there's a good probability we'll have a significant resignation this coming week and possibly other activity. I just wanted to ask the universe about that. Okay, again, just looking at the March 10 drops, especially for 2018, and just curious if this is the year that some of those were referencing, if there's insights and information about March 10th and the week that's coming that the universe wants us to know with a political type of current events focus to it. So let's see if I can put a yes or no element on this question. Yeah, let's include the March Madness for our yes or no element. Is 2025 the year that we're going to have a significant March Madness event or kickoff? Doesn't mean there's only one year that that would apply, but let's see if it's going to apply for 2025, plus additional insights and information, especially pertaining to information that's been hinted about or discussed in those drops I referenced. Okay, I'm going to move the camera over, let you watch me work with the cards. I'll repeat the question one more time for clarity, and we'll find out together what the universe wants us to know about March 10th. Is this the year that some of those things that were talked about actually start happening? All right, the 17 drops. The 41 that occurred on 2018 had mention of watching resignations. The Five Eyes would be not around for very long to and also that March Madness, that it could be. So is this coming year, this year, no, not this coming year, is 2025 the year that this week could be significant enough to qualify as a March Madness week, plus additional insights and information, especially pursuant to those topics that were touched on, hinted at, and covered in those 41 2018 March 10th drops. Okay, well, we're going to have looks like it's going to be an active week politically already. We've got the Knight of Swords coming up, kind of indicating what's going on. We've got the Three of Wands, Queen of Pentacles for the recent past. Current, we have Page of Swords. In the near future, we've got the Four of Wands. We do have a resignation or retirement, a notable one that'll happen this week, hinted at here with the Eight of Cups and then the Page of Cups. I'll get a couple more cards and we'll see what else the universe wants us to know about the week of, but especially specifically March 10th. Now, look, we haven't got a hard yes that this is going to be the March Madness year. It doesn't mean it does look like it's going to be an eventful week. Absolutely. We've got the Knight of Swords showing up for that just to indicate the general tone that this week will have. The Three of Wands talks about opportunity, and that's really good. We got also opportunity and teamwork showing up down here. So again, there is going to be some activity. The strongest insight card we have here is the Eight of Cups, which is the card that talks about turning away. And this is a card I think that does indicate a significant resignation, retirement. So yeah, keep those lists updated, guys. It is going to be a significant week with that. And whatever retirement or resignation we hear about, um, it's actually number one, part of the plan, and number two, going to be something that we can actually be happy about especially if we knew all the details involved with it. So we've got that going on here. We've got the search for truth here going on currently, and boy, aren't we doing that, even though we keep at every turn, we keep hearing national secrets, redacted, etc. But the push for clarity, transparency, and information, we need to keep the pressure on, guys. We really do. And we'll be glad that we did. Here we've got the teamwork and opportunity showing up with the Four of Wands. And let's get those other cards I mentioned and see what's going on here. The Hierophant. The Seven of Cups. I'm gonna go ahead and get the full 11 going on here. See if a nudge I'm getting is accurate. Then we have the Empress and King of Cups. So we got some major arcana showing up. The Hierophant made me think that this may be the week that we actually finally hear. Doesn't mean it'll happen, but they may announce something significant involving the Vatican and the Pope or the Pope. Okay. They're mulling over the possibilities of that. Lots of choices about timing, and I think that we'll be hearing. It'll be as it was with in other situations we've had the last couple of years. It'll be the announcement day, not the actual action day. So that may happen this week. Some news coming out about the Vatican, and then the Empress showing up here, and she is just love and maternal energy and divine feminine, balancing out some of the trickiness that the King of Cups can have here. So, yeah, I think we're going to have a major resignation or retirement, or maybe even an announcement of some other type of vacating of position for this coming week. So that'll be kind of interesting to see how that rolls out. Again, out of all these, not a single ace, no hard. This is not the March Madness year, but it's going to be an eventful week coming up on the political scene, and that was part of what was hinted at with the 41 drops that I looked at for 2018. I have to admit, I didn't look at all 87 if you look at that date for all the years. I just looked at the ones that showed up for that most active day. And there we have it. It will be an eventful week, but not necessarily one that would qualify as a March Madness kickoff yet. Let's recap. I was looking at this coming week and looking at some anniversary dates or deltas, as they're referred to, on 17 drops, and just to see what the in the past, what has been discussed or hinted at, or um, were we taught to think and mull over for that date. And I found some significant to me. They seem significant. There was one post that talked about keep track of those resignations, keep that list active. So then there was another one that talked about March Madness. It could be a busy, busy week. And there was also some other posts that I thought might be significant that we looked at. So, um, anyway, when we asked the cards about that, is this going to be a year that could end up qualifying as a March Madness year? And so we had a yes or no element to the question, and then just asking for some insights in the cumulative sum of those posts. What information should we could we get some insights and information about? Well, here's what we got. Okay. And one of the posts also had talked about the Five Eyes um, organizations. And just for a quick review on that, they include the NSA in the United States. In the United Kingdom, it is the Government Communications Headquarters. In Canada, it's the Communications Security Establishment, the CSE. Australia has the Australian Signals Directorate, ASD, and in New Zealand, the Government Communications Security Bureau. Basically, what that was is where it is illegal to do some sleuthing and monitoring of your own citizens. These countries have agreed to look at one another's populace, and it was a workaround. Okay, I'll spy on your people because you're not allowed to, and you spy on mine and tell me what you find, and we'll do the same. And according to those 17 drops, at some point, this is all going to stop, which would be a very good thing. The erosion of our privacy is something I find concerning. And I don't know how we can make it stop, but I think it needs to. That's a Laura's view type of thing. So we were asking about that. Didn't seem to get anything significant about those Five Eyes. I just thought that was worth mentioning that that is at some point we're going to have an active March week that does include some of that. What we did get though is that, yeah, there's going to be a lot of activity going on this week, and it is white hat kind of directed. There's a lot of indications that there's been some teamwork going on, some opportunities that are being followed up on. I did get as far as resignations and or retirements or vacating of positions. There may be a very significant one this week that happens, and one possibility is we'll finally get some news. It doesn't mean it'll be happening this date, but some news about coming out of the Vatican. It is definitely being considered. It's one of the options being considered. Timing for some of these big events is very, very exactingly planned and figured out. The whatever happens, we're going to consider it to be a good event. Whoever steps aside, we're going to be happy about it. It's going to be a result of some efforts on the part of white hats to have this happen. And then the final card showed up to, well, we had the Empress show up, who often talks about life, new life, maternal energy, the divine feminine. And again, part of what's happening with our world is that return to a balance between the divine masculine and divine feminine. And so it looks like this may be a week where we get a little more indication that that process is continuing, which is a very good thing because we need that. We need balance, just like we need it in our lives with work, play. Our very world needs to have a balance of those kind of energies so that they work together and bring out the best in one another. Because isn't that what we all want, is to be associated with and part of either a group or a family setting or a corporate structure or whatever that brings out the best in one another. Doesn't report on the worst like those Five Eyes do, but brings out the best. And it looks like this might be a week where a little of that, a little headways making happens in that regard too. So watch for some indications of that restoring a balance in divine feminine. major resignations or retirements or vacating of positions being announced this coming week. And don't be expecting that March Madness yet. Yet. Doesn't look like this is the year for it. Now watch it happen. Oh well, I never claim to be 100% right. I just do my best and try to interpret the results we get um, as accurately as possible. And, whatever happens, happens. So that's it for this video and this exploration into this topic about March 10th and possibly the week that's coming up. And I thank you very much for watching me and for your support. And I don't take you for granted. And each and every one of you, if you're willing to receive it, I send you love, light, and I wish for you all things bright. Bye.